Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Why Don't I Hate Mondays? I'm your host, Gabe Colombo, always delighted to be here, sharing with you some stories and some tips on leadership management and, of course, marketing, because this is what I have been doing for the last 20 years. As you might know, I'm the Chief of International Expansion at Tractor, a digital marketing agency focused on PPC that has been growing very fast in the last 2 years. But I'm not here to sell either me or Tractor. But if you feel like you have a paid media opportunity, please let me know. So today we are actually going to talk about marketing metrics, but what to do when you find a bad indicator on your average. I've been for the last weeks I've been talking a lot about marketing metrics, about CAC, about some numbers that we need to always keep an eye on when talking about marketing and growth. But then a few inquiries after last week's video got me thinking, because people don't actually know what to do when they find that their indicator is bad actually, or if the tendency is of the graphic tendency is showing that your company or your marketing strategies or one of your marketing strategies is not working pretty well, or not as well as you were expecting. So, what do we do when we find a bad indicator? First of all, we need to understand what that means. For example, if we are dealing with qualified leads, after the pool that I ran last week, I found out that a lot of people is struggling with qualified leads. Of course, 63% of marketeers all around the globe work with the main focus on lead acquisition. Of course, that's extremely important. But now, if you that are in charge of lead acquisition in a company, in a digital product or digital service company, you find out that your indicator is bad. The first thing you need to do is understand that number, remembering that an indicator is nothing more than the numerical representation of human behavior. What does that human behavior mean to your company? Um, More than once, more than twice, more than 1,000 times. When someone came to me asking for help in qualifying leads, for example, I always find that either the lead acquisition strategy is missing some pieces, either on the market research or actually on bringing insights back from SEO, from SEM, to make the business more suitable to your market, or it's actually lacking some market research. So it's extremely important to understand that your qualification method, if it's spot on, if it's there, if it's exactly what your company need, if that qualification matrix is exactly what your company need in order to get new subscribers, new sales, um, you need to find the right fit. And for that, I would use paid media to actually speed up your lead acquisition process, because the SEO is amazing. SEO is awesome. Organic is perfect because it's extremely sustainable. But we all know that it takes some time. That's why I really like paid media, because you can speed up the process to validate not only segmentation but also the messages that you're sending to your audience, to understand if that's actually what they are expecting to hear, if it's what they want to hear in the moment when they are in a micro moment, searching for a solution for a problem that they may need. And with that, your value proposition fits this person perfectly in the right time. And that got me thinking, because as marketeers, if 63% of us is looking for lead acquisition, how come we still have some flaws on qualification matrix and in the entire process of lead qualification? One thing that I always did and always helped me a lot, I was director of acquisition at this HR SaaS company a few years ago. One thing that always brought us results, we broke 17 records in the 24 months that I stayed there as their commercial leader, was actually understanding what was missing. Sometimes what was missing was the right communication with marketing. So explaining to marketing how the leads should look like, and the criteria, and then rebuilding the qualification matrix with a team that has correlation to that need. So you need more sales. You need more sales. The commercial department needs to have a good conversion rate, and the good conversion rate only works if marketing is on sync with the commercial team. But also, and this is actually a good tip, I always kept my relationship with onboarding and CX. Some companies call it activation, when you activate the new subscriber, the new client, very close to me, because more than the sales team telling you that sales are good or are bad, you need to listen to the customer. You need to listen to the client. So those new clients, those new customers, those new subscribers, they are going to be the ones telling you if your campaign, if your strategy is actually working, not only with the numbers, but also with the quality of those sales, of those subscriptions. So let's keep an eye on that. And this format, this formula, you can basically work with on anything in marketing, which is listen to the stakeholders, analyze the data, and then listen to the stakeholders that are involved, especially because you need to understand in a holistic view how you can make it better. And you can use it for anything, from lead to qualified lead, from qualified lead to sale, from sale or subscription to onboarding, for example. I also remember I mentioned it, I think in the podcast number 6, that back in the days I had a huge team and we had to break the record, the sales record, and we had half of the qualified needs that we needed, because we had at that point a problem with a DDoS attack, and the entire website went down. It was a nightmare, and it was a month before Black Friday. With good motivation, making the teams talk, and then use that as the North Star for success, because of course we needed sales and we didn't have enough leads, so we had to work together in order to get more leads and to qualify as much as we could the leads that we got, and then make them sales or subscriptions. And that was one of the best things that the best Black Friday. I'm gonna say Black Friday because it was just in the beginning of Black Friday. That was the best Black Friday that I've been a part of as a leader, because I saw the entire team motivated and everybody looking at the funnel as an actual tool to improve conversion, which it is. It's not a representation. It is a tool to improve the way you're making business today. So let's keep an eye on it every single day, making sure that we understand what each indicator means, the conversion rates means, and if that is exactly what you need and your company need for its growth. Okay, I think that's it for today. I'm your host, Gabe Colombo, always delighted to be here. I'm not gonna run a pool today. I'm gonna run a pool more for the end of the week, but I would love to know in the comments if you can share with us some of the best tactics that you use to improve conversion in your marketing funnel. Okay, I hope you really enjoyed it, because I did. And again, I hope I see you next week in another episode of Why Don't I Hate Mondays. I'm Gabe Colombo, your host, always delighted to be here. See you next week. Bye bye.